you hit it. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. We're golden.
Welcome to the Movies with Jill podcast. I am your host, Jill. Today we'll be continuing our coverage on Attack on Anime, Attack on Titan episodes 12 and 13. We just got finished watching both episodes, and let's just get your thoughts. Episode 12, which is titled Wound, The Struggle for Trost, Part 8. Eren's sudden assault causes conflict among the Garrison elite squad, though Ian believes it is best to defend Eren at all costs. Meanwhile, the cadets continue to distract the Titans in the city, though Jean's ODM gear malfunctions and he is concerned. Seeing flares signaling failure, Armin travels to Eren and speaks to him by cutting into his Titan's nape, reminding him of his dreams to see the outside world. Eren's willpower rekindled, Eren's Titan begins to heal its wounds. So what initial thoughts, because we just got finished watching
think
this.
that there's just a lot of fluff in this episode.
They love fluff.
My God.
It's a lot of filler in between.
You can get to the point
of
way
action.
faster.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it wasn't a bad episode, but the Armin part, well, that's the best part of the episode. But they drug that on.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, show the one scene, have him talk to him, communicate with him, get on with it.
Right.
We don't have to keep coming back to it.
I mean, if you're going to cut away, at least make the cutaways entertaining.
And also, why is Mikasa the only one that can kill a Titan?
I know, for
like,
real.
what are they doing? They're flying in front of them and, like, good God.
Knocking him in the forehead.
You know how to kill him. Just chop him in the neck.
It's not that difficult.
It drives me crazy.
We've only had 12 episodes or 11 episodes prior. People are just getting smacked out of the air.
Right? I'm just like,
But I get
come
it,
on.
yeah.
I guess, again, it's not the Scout Regiment. It's a bunch of cadets.
That's true.
Cadets
that is true.
and Walrose, so it's not the scout unit that are used to going out and fighting Titans.
So I get it that
Fine.
they're not
But
as
if this is
skilled.
the biggest battle to save humanity, and everyone's going to die if it fails.
Right.
Why aren't you sending the elite?
They
Well,
Why are
the
you sending
scouts
the
were
kids?
cut off
Yeah.
from wherever. I don't remember where they said they were, but they were.
They got
cut
fly
off.
devices. Fly devices.
I'm gonna tell you, guy.
They actually have hook devices,
So,
not flying devices.
So the episode basically starts off, though, with Eren's Titan punching the wall, and then it is gone. Mikasa gets kind of flung back, and she gets some shrapnel kind of scarring her face.
Mm-hmm.
And she's flying up, and she straps right onto Eren's Titan's face. And she's
Nose.
like, you need to get your together because this is ridiculous. And then Eren
To which
decides,
Eren says, "Nope,"
No.
No.
Punches himself right in the own face.
and knocks himself out.
Yeah. Falls back, and the
It's like
glasses.
he's drunk.
Yeah.
Right?
Glasses silver hair is just like, all right, well, we're. And
Yep. Shoot the red flare.
shoots
Call
the
it.
red
She's
flare.
a dumb bitch.
She's
And-
pessimistic. Like, oh,
Yeah.
he's
the
dead.
same-
We're done.
she's
She's
the
like
same one that was
everybody
like,
else in the.
gonna die.
She's like everybody else in this place.
I'm pretty sure
we're
she.
gonna die.
I'm pretty sure
we're all gonna
we're
die.
gonna crash. Was Guido one of the guys that she said was gonna die?
Yeah,
Oh,
Guido. The great
Guido.
name,
what a great name.
which means
Guido the Great
Guido, coming from the word guidare, which means to drive.
Oh,
to drive.
there's a little Latin for you.
Little fun fact.
Italian.
There you go, too.
Italian fact.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
That's why they called them Guidos. They were drivers.
Oh yeah.
Demi.
Demi,
No, do not look upon me.
no, Demi.
No,
Why you do this to me,
Demi,
Demi? You don't know what we're talking
I
about,
don't
do
know
you?
this reference. I'm not aware of this reference.
You need to listen to The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Ian is kind of just pulls rank, and he's like, y'all need to get in line.
Yeah, I gave you an
We
order.
are doing this. And we do also get a flash over to Commander Pixis. If you hear this little lullaby from One Piece,
I'm
which
sleeping.
is being sick.
You ever notice it's as soon as we start recording too?
It's like he knows.
Yeah.
He can hear us
I'm
talking,
sure he
so it's like,
Here's some
I'm
background
going to make
music.
my way. Ian definitely pulls rank.
As soon as you start talking.
I know.
I love it. It's okay. Keep going.
So they're asking Pixis, we just saw a red flare. Are we going to abort the mission? And Pixis is like,
No.
This was our only shot at getting this done. This is humanity's
there
last choice.
is no backup plan.
We're doing everything we can, and we're going to do our part regardless of what happens.
Right.
And is it this episode, too, where they kind of tell him, like, 200 cadets have already died, and he's just like, they're going to paint me as a villain, but I'm going to
care.
do what I need to do to...
Save humanity.
Bro's a real one.
We get a little
And
bit
also
on
for them sending the elite people to help.
the elite of what they had.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
right.
What's left?
Yeah.
But Pixis is just like, we're going to die defending what we need to do.
That's right.
I have faith in the leaders of this elite squad, which was Ian. And Ian's like, again, we're going to do our job. We're going to protect Eren. He is our last chance. I don't care if he's on the ground. We're going to do everything we can to try and get this done. Mikasa is flinging around. She's attacking some of these titans around him. And then Armin, right after he saw that red flare, he's like, something's wrong. I got to go.
Gotta figure it out.
Gets right on Eren's back because like, what are you doing? And he goes, well, this is their weak spot. And he said, I've got to communicate with Eren. This is our best shot. So he takes one of his swords and we're all hoping, well, I hope he doesn't kill Eren.
Hope he doesn't miss.
And he's basically just shoving that sword, cuts right into his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to get his attention.
Eren is in like a dreamlike state where I like to think that it's like his happy place. He's back at home. He's with his family. And, you know, everyone's still alive. And Mika's still there. And he's like, what are you talking about, Eren?
While his primal desires take
later.
over.
That's
That's next episode.
Hey.
Mikasa.
Go defend the man that you love.
It's not like that.
Yeah, it is. Don't lie.
It absolutely
So why'd you
is.
blush?
Right.
Why'd you blush like you was drunk?
Armin kind of goes through again the book that they had when they were kids. There's grass, there's
was our
forest,
dream.
there's there's, you know,
Gonna go see the outside world.
ocean that is just all out there for you, and you're just gonna give up right now.
No.
Absolutely not.
Mama,
Nah,
ain't-
fam.
Mama don't raise
Get
no
it
bitch.
together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn this house to the ground. And I'm gonna whoop some titan ass.
Hell yeah. I love
Yeah.
your guys' reactions too, because all of this is going on all at once. Also, you have Connie and you have Annie and Jean kind of distracting Titans away from Eren and away from the hole. And Jean, he has a malfunction.
Malfunction.
Yeah, he has gas. He's just, his thing's not shooting.
Right. He runs and he's hiding inside of a
building.
He looks over and he sees that a completely crushed cadet is laying down there, and then there's just gear, and he's like,
I'ma
"This
steal that.
Titans, yeah,
I'ma take
Titans
that."
coming towards him, and
Hey, I don't blame him.
do what you need to do."
Yep.
Except he couldn't get it off of him.
And I was saying earlier too, I loved your guys' reactions too, because you start hearing the thudding and everyone's reactions like, what's coming? Because you don't know. All we're getting is just downbeat, downbeat, downbeat. So when you hear that thudding, you're like, what else is going to happen on this freaking
I knew
Right.
that. I knew the big thuds was Eren. I knew.
Did you?
I knew they weren't going to bring in a colossal or the armored one.
Right.
for This part of the show, I would
Right.
hope not. Anyway, it's like, good lord, how much more beat down can you make them?
For sure. So now we're going to get into episode 13, which is called Primal Desire, The Struggle for Trost, Part 9. And this is the final struggle for Trost.
Thank God.
It's been a struggle.
It's
It
been
has
a
certainly
struggle.
been a struggle.
Definitely. After the skirmishes between the cadets and the Titans come to a close, the soldiers of Trost and Eren carry the boulder to the breach and defend him with their lives. Once the breach is sealed, the Scout Regiment arrives to assist in clearing out the remaining Titans. After the battle, the cadets assist in clearing out corpses. Jean finds Marco's body. Sometime later, Eren awakes in a cell, supervised by Commander Erwin and Captain Levi, who accepts him into the Scouts. What do you guys think of this episode?
It was good.
Yep. Definitely the best of like the last 3-4 that we've watched.
Oh, yeah. Most
Tell you
definitely.
what,
A lot of action.
I have not seen boulder placement that epic
Oh,
in
yeah.
quite some time.
Right.
He did place it with authority.
He placed that boulder like no one has placed a boulder before.
Hell yeah.
Did the Rick and Morty? I'm going to shove that thing way
Way
up
up
there.
Way up there.
You take this boulder and you're going to shove it way up there.
Complete blockage.
Yep.
And so once a boulder was placed, they shoot the yellow flare. And the wall kind of is like, they did it, you know?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Now
they
it's time
did
to
it.
clean up.
Yeah. And
Which, what I don't understand is they had them all there.
Why wouldn't you
why
just do
weren't you
it?
shooting them to begin with? That doesn't make any sense to me.
What do you mean by like
They lured them all in. Why would you wait to start shooting them?
when they were at the wall?
Yeah.
because they probably didn't have people at the wall.
No, they did.
There
have
was all
at
kinds of
all.
people standing there doing
They were-
nothing,
they were
thumbs
pulling-
up their
Because then it
butts.
took a whole nother day to kill them all.
Right.
Yeah.
When you could have just been
Could
picking
have been
them off.
Could have been going way early.
I don't know, maybe they had to send.
Of course, maybe they thought they'd scare them away.
I don't think they get scared away, do
they
they?
don't.
I think they're just dumb.
I feel like they just kind of don't really care.
And you
Right?
know, a lot happens in this episode too, because that's the second half of the episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The first half is, again, we're getting this epic. Eren's taking the boulder, he's placing it down in.
walking.
Everybody is trying to defend them the best they can because he's the only one that's killing a lot of these Titans. You even see Commander Ian, somebody's about to get eaten, and then Commander Ian pulls
the guy
Eren
out.
and then you see his head just get
Chomped.
right off. Oh, brutal.
Poor guy.
That sucks.
Happens to
Jean,
the best of them.
yeah.
It does.
Jean makes a deadbolt run for his gear, and you're thinking he's going to bite the bullet, and he has, like 3 close calls. And I love Connie freaking needs, instead of he misses
Instead of
the
killing
Titan.
the Titan,
I like to think that Connie accidentally needs the crap out of this Titan in the
I was
face.
like, ow, what the
because he
hell?
missed it.
It's ridiculous.
And then, so Jean's taking off. You know, the gear that he got is also malfunctioning.
yeah, the
And
triggers are stiff.
He shoots up, and then he turns around, and a mouth of a Titan is coming straight for him. Mm-hmm. And here comes Annie, just freaking
Goomba stomps it.
Changes his trajectory.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't think she weighs that much to
No.
do that, but
She's a badass,
but
though.
apparently,
So, yeah.
I guess she could have used her gear to pull him down.
Could be.
Probably,
Could be.
yeah.
Those 3 make it. We were a little bit worried for a minute. Armin and Mikasa, they struggle as much. Yeah.
Sorry, I got a ringing in my ear.
Oh, you're good.
Tinnitus.
Yep.
Yeah. From the last couple episodes of having that.
All that screaming. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. Not today.
Same.
Chomp.
As soon as Eren places that boulder down, a bunch of Titans start coming towards him. Mikasa and Armin are like, shit, what's going to happen?
Right.
And then out of nowhere, just this spinning blades come by and boom, 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 kill like 2 or 3 Titans
Captain
right
Levi.
there.
Like a flash.
Yeah.
The goat has arrived.
yeah.
Cock of the walk, baby.
Yeah. We get our main characters are introduced to Captain Levi.
Right.
Armin is like, Mikasa, is that you? And Mikasa, ain't me.
That ain't me, bro. I ain't got moves like that.
Right.
Not yet.
I love that Levi is just like, all right, there's a Titan here that you're pulling this dude out of a Titan.
Care to explain?
You guys want
What am I looking at?
Let me know what's
Yeah,
going
I'm
on.
going to need an explanation,
Right.
please.
I'm a
I haven't been around.
little bit lost here.
Yeah.
So you couldn't be a Titan, and we haven't been using this
The whole
Why?
time.
I think he's just like massively confused. I'm like,
What if?
what is going on?
What if?
All right.
We make ODM gear for the Titan.
Oh my
How would
God.
that work?
How,
You know how much-
would it not work?
You know how much air that would take?
Dude, he would be able to do it
crap.
like one time tops.
Yeah.
Dude, you're gonna have to really make something amazing.
You're gonna have to funnel God
you-
knows
are you
how
alright?
God knows how many hours making
think-
this fucking thing.
Why don't we just get him a giant sword?
Oh.
Because his fists are lethal.
How
Okay,
lethal
fine,
would
but
his sword
He'd be
be
swinging and just chopping everyone's heads off. It would be
Right?
amazing.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
for a big bat?
I'm
Yeah.
glad that you're embracing your inner anime fan.
Yes, yeah.
With this giant sword and
I will say though, I did notice when his eyes were green, it was like he was in rage mode.
Oh, yeah.
And then when his eyes were just normal humanish eyes, that's when he was kind of in control of the situation.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like something
Is
or
that
not.
thing?
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
Yeah. I got you.
Which makes me think that because wasn't his eyes green like when he was fighting the Titans the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he was like doing
control.
that, like in
Right.
control of it. It was
Yeah,
just
he's
on
mindless.
autopilot.
Yeah, he was in rage mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodlusted.
Yeah. We get our mid-credit scene, advertisement break
Right.
intro thing, and they kind of go through about it took 24 hours for them to clear out all of Trost, which was like a combined effort, and it's just like a straight 24 hours.
Right.
After this, we get Jean is kind of walking through, and there's ash in the air, which kind of implies that they're burning all of these bodies of the people to, prevent another pandemic or whatnot.
Right.
And he comes across half of what he believes is Marco's body, and I
Right.
think he ends up confirming that
Yep.
it is Marco.
Well, he has the freckles of Marco too.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's definitely Marco.
We're dealing with a lot of the scouts' aftermath because, during the time of battle, we don't have time to mourn the dead. Mm-hmm. But now that everything's calmed down, now we're kind of accepting all of these losses. So Annie is even like, I'm sorry. And like,
Everybody's breaking down.
Rhina and Bertolt are just like,
They don't need sorry. They need to be buried.
exactly.
Get moving before we get
We
disease.
see the human hairball.
Yes.
Ugh, that was so gross.
It's so gross. It makes
Giant
sense though.
meatball.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't
Giant
have any organs.
loogie
Yeah.
of
So the
They
Titan,
human
get
bodies.
full and they hawk the human remains up so they
the
can be
Titans
hungry
do.
again.
Yeah. There's no digestive tract. They just consume.
They
and
just
then
eat and then they throw it
throw it
up
up.
because
It's
they
their
don't even have
only
buttholes.
purpose, Yeah.
Yeah.
They are buttholes. They don't have buttholes.
Right.
Yeah.
They just consume.
I think you're just giving your tinnitus.
And really, still, I'm just like, where the hell did these things come from?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Like, what is going on here?
Right.
Who made Titans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Someone
decided
did.
that was a good idea?
Yeah.
Were they
It came
born?
from something.
So.
I don't know. We'll find out, right?
They can't be
Well, I mean-
natural
Yeah.
because they don't have buttholes.
Well,
That's
Levi
because you
said
don't have a
something pretty
butthole.
interesting at the end of the episode.
Okay.
That they know that the armored Titan and the colossal Titan are,
Pretty much like Eren.
are
Yeah.
the same
Like
thing as
Aaron.
Eren.
Controlled by
That's kinda what they're thinking,
Controlled by
yeah.
a human. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only difference is Eren can
Control.
kind
I have a
of
question.
control.
Yeah.
So when Eren got his leg bit off and his arm bit off, why didn't he turn into a Titan right then and there?
I don't know. I would assume that it was, from my understanding, is that when he was down in the belly of the Titan, okay, he was in fight or flight, but it was more so a last resort of him turning into a Titan immediately. That's my interpretation.
Or like he was
we
in
don't, not saying that he wasn't in shock when he got all of that happening, but he still had some more of his mental fact. And I feel like his inner brain just kind of took over, and it was like more of a fight or
So
flight
you've
thing.
seen this before. Let me just ask you this: did they do a good job later explaining things?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
There are certain things kind of like that where it's like, man.
Well, no, I'm talking overall.
Oh,
Like they
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Be pissed if I watch this and then they don't have an explanation for things. I'm gonna be like, it's why?
I don't know.
Bullshit.
Figure it out.
I don't know. They grew like mushrooms. I don't know.
Grow
What
up.
do you want
Figure it
to
out.
do? Yeah.
Titan's favorite food is
Human.
pasta. I don't know.
There is definitely.
We have a
answers.
stomach
I'll
that
go
goes
with that.
nowhere. What's in the stomach? Why is there liquid in the stomach if it doesn't have a
to make
digestive
it
All
tract?
bile.
Jiggly.
Yeah. Human remains, blood,
Blood.
and organs, and everything mushed together.
Ugh.
So,
Yum.
yeah, it's gross. Delicious.
Smorgasbord.
It cuts to the jail.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron wakes up. He's in.
It's in a dungeon.
Yeah.
Let's just call it
A dungeon. And then Kendall, commander, says, "What are your intentions?
Erwin.
What are your intentions?" And Aaron, being the biggest dummy on the planet, whoa, what do you mean?
Where am I?
Come on, man. We know you can turn into a Titan. You know you can turn into a Titan. What are your intentions, dummy?
And I would have been like, who put the boulder in the wall?
Right.
I did. Get me out of this. Or I could just bite my hand again and get myself out of here.
Right?
Dumbasses.
Right.
Don't make
right.
me go full Titan on you.
I love Levi's sarcasm through this entire thing.
His
Or
stupid
the-
eyes.
Yeah.
Half eyes. He's just not impressed with anything.
No.
Yeah.
He's just like, just let him out. We all know my track record.
You know, I take him down.
I'll take him out if that's what's going to happen. So,
What a turd.
Awful cocksure of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sasha and Mika say they're my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Levi's.
Levi,
So far.
Levi's
The
definitely going to be
goat.
my guy. That's for sure.
Yeah,
So-
I'm sure that he'll end up fine. But
yeah.
Mika says the only one that seems like she knows, has any common sense whatsoever.
Right.
Knows what's going on, isn't whiny, doesn't scream all the time.
Right?
She does have her inner monologue, but so what did you guys think of the first major arc, the struggle for Trost? Because we just finished
It was
like
it was okay. It could have been 5 episodes.
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah, it
9.
did not
Definitely
need to
could have
be
been 5
9
episodes.
Yeah, it did not need to be 9. They
And-
could have really tightened it up.
Yeah. It was nice to see them get a win, though.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
8 episodes of getting their
Boom,
shit pushed
boom.
Can't wait for the next 8 where they get their shit pushed in again.
I mean, I don't know. It just wasn't as exciting as the beginning of the show.
in.
Right.
It was a little
It's a build.
lackluster.
It's like a little simmering
It was
victory.
not terrible. It was
I really
kind of,
think that their strategy for taking out Titans is great on paper, but when it comes down to actually putting it into practical use, they're sorely underskilled.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of people that,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, the opposite of battle fever, where they just freeze up
Breakdown. Yeah.
and they can't handle it. That really shows that if you're not on your game in this, you're as good as dead.
Right.
I liked how it started off. I thought it was going to be a little bit more
I
frantic.
think, though, that 5 years of training
Right?
Yeah.
you would be prepared.
You'd think.
You'd think.
I guess I haven't seen a 16-meter naked man running at me with teeth like that.
I mean, I'd be pretty
Giant
scared if I'm
mouth.
being
for
honest.
sure.
I'd be
Even
like,
like a 12-meter man. I'm like, oh,
I think
God.
I would literally just stand there and be like, what am I looking at?
Right.
I don't like what I'm looking
I don't know that
at.
I'd be able to run. I'd just be like, what the am I looking at?
Right. Yeah.
And then I get eaten
Yeah.
and then spit up.
Yeah. Big loogie.
My luck is I wouldn't die. I'd be in that loogie and I would suffocate.
Yeah.
So basically, from here till the end, we'll have like a mini arc, which is the next 3 episodes, and then it's just one big boom
Finale.
rest
They
of the
throw a
season.
lot of stuff at you. Good. I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
For sure.
I really thought it was going to be a lot more frantic fighting Titans.
Yeah.
The way it started.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like, we don't really know what we're doing.
Right.
Not at
So
all.
we're not going to try to fight them.
We also get, I mean, it's implied that Hanji and a couple other people did capture 2 Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they did show him.
So
Put him in some
For
bondage.
Yeah.
what purpose?
Nailed them to the ground.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
good
For what
Lord.
To
purpose?
study.
to study.
I mean,
We got to know what makes them tick, man.
Yeah.
one of them kind of looked like he enjoyed it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Know
He had
thy
his tongue
enemy.
out. He was like,
He was just like, oh my
Harder, daddy. I like it.
more nails, please.
god.
So,
Tighter.
based on where we're at right now,
In the basement.
not in the basement
Oh.
yet, not for a little bit.
Okay.
In the cellar.
How is the season 1 going to end? Just
Season one is going to end with them getting to the cellar.
Or at least getting through.
And we are not
Shigami.
going to
No,
find
I think
out.
I think the next 3 episodes is them getting to the cellar.
Nah.
Well,
I think we're going to have some more training
because,
for Eren.
I mean, you have to consider that they might not even know if there's going to be a season 2 while they're making this. So there has to be some overall arc and something.
I think they're going to get to the cellar at the end of the season, but we're not going to find out the secret. It'll
No, I disagree.
cliffhanger.
I bet we find out the secret sooner than that.
I feel like that's
How
gonna
many
be
episodes are in the
season.
first season?
25.
I feel like that's going to be the season
possible.
finale where they get to the cellar.
So I think
disagree. We'll see
season 1 might be one of the longest seasons, and I think it kind of gets shorter throughout, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, all
We'll
right,
see.
cool. So our next, we're gonna watch episode 14, 15, and 16,
Okay.
and then we'll come back and I think we'll watch 17 and 18.
Sounds
Sounds good.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. We'll see you guys
See you
then.
later.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi.